Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. All right, Warriors, we have another live show that is great. Now, we got some specific things that we want to talk about in tonight's show. And we're talking about this chaotic behavior, like literally what's going on. I mean, I know you heard about the Cincinnati Brawl that happened downtown Cincinnati over the weekend. And then we had this horrific shooting that took place. And then also I want to share a video with you about a woman that allegedly took the lives of her niece and her nephew, and during a routine traffic stop that turned into a horror story. Before we get into this video, guys, we're going to start off with a word of prayer. Dear God, in Jesus' name, God, we just thank you for being so good. We ask for grace and mercy and protection for our nation. Father, that your perfect will be done. Let us unite more than ever. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Let's see who we got here. Now, don't forget to smash the like button. That's the thumbs up. Comment, share, subscribe to my channel. Select all notifications. Watch the video to the end. All right. Let's see who we have. All right. We've got Iron Ear. Hello, Iron Ear. Hi, June Stanley. Hello, Fed Up Patriot. You guys are amazing. SK Abstract Art. Hello, hello, hello. And we also have Bordeaux Forno. Hello, my girls H. How you doing there? And let's see, we have, let me make sure I say hello to everybody. So you guys, hello, hello, hello. All right, we have Brooklyn Rican Soul, Mega Tamara. Hi, Brooklyn Rican Soul and Mega Tamara. Hi, Bernie. How you doing? All right, Marla 5656. Hello, Marla. You guys are so kind. And Karen, hello, Karen. All right, guys, let's see who we have. I want to make sure I get the first few people that are in here. We have 1968. Hello there, Mike Angel. We have Mike Angel. Hello there. Oh, it's been a while. I know. It's great to see you too. All right, guys, let's see. I think we've got everybody. Okay. All right. Oh, Michael Rodriguez. Yes, Michael Rodriguez is reminding everyone, don't forget to smash like and comment and all the things. All right, let's get into this. We got to talk about what in the world is going on. And you guys let me know if you can hear me pretty good. I'm trying out new audio, and I get nervous that you guys can't hear me, but I'm sure you would let me know if you could. All right, so we're going to talk about, first thing I want to start off with Fox. And we've got some chaotic behavior going on. It is like the devil has literally unleashed his minions all over the United States and all over the world. I mean, people have literally lost their minds. People are acting out, on airplanes, at the airport, on ships. We did videos about the Carnival cruise ships. People are lashing out in stores. People are walking away with thousands of dollars of merchandise, shoplifting with their children, acting like they're not doing anything wrong. We are living in a society that is full of lawlessness. But I want to start off with the clip from Fox News regarding the mob that literally attacked this man and this woman. And they knocked the woman out cold. I mean, she looked like she died. It was absolutely horrible. So we're going to start off with this. You guys, we just got to talk about it. I mean, sometimes you have to have these hard conversations, and I'm not afraid to have these hard conversations. Our society has gone literally mad. And something needs to be done.
Horrifying brawl in Cincinnati caught on tape, and a graphic warning for you. It is hard to watch. Videos show a mob that was pummeling a man and later a woman, and she got punched in the face, knocking her out cold. According to police, 5 people have been charged and more arrests.
And I just want to say, of course, we do not condone violence. This is just for purposes of showing you how crazy people can get. This is the news, and we want to pray for these people that that everyone's okay. But no way should we ever condone violence. The only time you have to do something is should do something is if it's in self-defense. Okay.
The police chief says more than 100 people were watching and recording the fight on their phones, but only one called 911.
I think what they should be angry about is nobody called the police. That is unacceptable, to not call the police when you view this. Traffic was horrendous. People saw this. They were fighting in front of traffic. Why didn't somebody call us?
So now the FBI is involved after Vice President J.D. Vance demanded justice.
You had a grown man who sucker punched a middle-aged woman that person ought to go to jail for a very long time. And frankly, he's lucky there weren't some better people around, because they would have handled it themselves. And the only way to destroy that street violence is to take the thugs who engage in that violence and throw their in prison.
And I think that has one of the frustrating things for people that live in the Cincinnati area, Greg, is that the arrests were slow to come and they're not sure about the prosecution.
I used to think that New York was the city of the free punch, where somebody could walk up, slam their fist in your head, and then he'd be released an hour later. The police chief was upset about this, the smartphones, saying that, like, oh, you're not getting the whole story. Didn't she say that?
I don't remember.
Yes.
But
Yeah, she did. I thought we were going to play that.
They use their phones to call.
Yeah, she said that. I thought that was going to be in here. She said you have to look. What? She said you don't know the context of what happened. Well, she should have told us what the context is. If you're going to say that what we're seeing isn't real, then tell us what is real. You can't just say, oh my God, this is terrible. Social media makes everything worse. We know that, but it's interesting how the argument of
I hate to cut him off, but you see this? Now, from what I heard, that it started with a verbal altercation, and I saw one man hit another man first, but does it have to start to blows? Now, evidently, they might have been drinking from what I'm hearing. They were drinking, you guys. Tell me if you heard anything different. They were drinking, and a verbal altercation ensued, and then a fight ensued, and then a mob started attacking this one man. They didn't let these two who were arguing handle it. They joined in, and according to this report by Fox, that there were about 100 people watching, but only one called the police.
context only goes in one direction. You know, no one cared about the context for the Covington kids. They charged Daniel Perry with murder because they ignored the context completely, that he was being a hero. We ignored the context for George Floyd, i.e. the lethal ingestion of drugs. I wonder what the context for this will be. I'm sure it will come. I mean, there are people that build context for October 7th. You know, we saw hours of tape, and there are people going, well, you know, in the context of the political situation in the Middle East, shut up.
Emily, what about the investigation from here, and how, like, there's so many people, and there's obviously a lot of eyewitnesses. They are collecting all the digital data, but in the meantime, you've got people who are victims of very serious crime.
I see here, but they viciously beat 3 men and a woman. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and respectfully, I mean, I think context mattered totally in Daniel Penny and Sandman and all those things. No context. And I'm speaking to the police chief now, Chief Terry. No context deserves or justifies that. That is not a brawl. That is not a fight. That is a savage beatdown by a mob. That is an assault. That is an attack. And that is hard to watch.
It is horrible. I mean, this is horrible. This is not how to handle things, people. This is not how to handle things. I'm sure they could have handled this another way. And we got to talk about what is really happening. Is this just the signs of the times? Is the last days, the end times? We should not be surprised. But I hate to talk about certain things sometimes. We got to deal with this lawlessness that's coming from certain communities. We have to deal with this because there is some grievances. People are walking around with chips on their shoulder, beating up people. No one's bothering them. But I don't know exactly what happened right here, though, to know if this is the same sort of situation. I don't know who threw the first punch. That is what I am not sure of. But what I am sure of is that you see a mob of people kicking and stomping and beating like a very few people, and it's like dozens of the other people. So this is not, fair, in the context of everything. Their lives were literally in danger. And then, if one of the people, and let's just be real, if they had a gun and shot one of the people kicking and stomping them, then it would have been BLM all in the streets. When this person legitimately was being outnumbered, like legitimately outnumbered, and could have died, could have stomped him to death. And they knocked that woman out so cold, she literally looked like she had died. She literally did. She didn't look alive at all. And if they had a gun and shot someone, they would have been justified, in my opinion. I'm just saying.
Kicking someone in the head is its own felony. And interestingly, there's a pattern here in this country of charging police officers with kicking suspects in the head. 2017, in fact, just last year in Glendale, an officer was facing 3 years in jail for that. So I wonder, will the enhancements, will we see that here? Because Ohio State has a law about complicity, where if you are part of a beatdown, of a group beatdown, then everyone is responsible for whatever the charges are that is videoed or actually proven. So all of them, in my opinion, should be charged with attempted murder, because we know too that there are one-punch murders, and you add in the kicking and the beating when they're down of a single mother. Nothing justifies or excuses that. And I wonder too, and just musing here about the penalty for the fact that there's reward in addition to dopamine of posting social videos of this, social media. So maybe, you know, I'm not for overregulation, but I wonder if there's...
Now look at this woman. They've got her face blurred out. And again, I cannot express enough how I am just sickened by this whole thing. This is so unacceptable. This is where the weak laws that we have, that I believe President Trump is going to fix, because we need stricter laws. We need stronger, tougher laws against crime. We don't need to be soft on crime. We don't need to be overly zealous, but come on, with something like this, people are clearly outnumbered. They're already down and they're being stomped on. They literally could have unalived them. Make no mistake. And again, I pray that never happens to me, but I'm just going to have to take a weapon that I am legal to carry and defend myself. Okay, stand my ground. I'm not going to just sit there and let anybody stomp me. Okay, that is just not going to happen.
Should be a law against posting violence for sheer joy, because that's clearly what these monsters were doing. And I am glad, by the way, that the feds are keeping an eye on this. I do not trust that local situation or that police chief to actually do the right thing and hold these people accountable, even though we're going to be paying for them to enjoy 3 square meals a day in jail forever, because they are not worth even $1 of our time. And I don't know if you guys have the same, but there's a few people that were attacked like that where I was growing up, and they were never, ever the same physically, ever.
And she said that she knew some people like that. They were never, ever the same physically. And yeah, I see there is another man that they were beating too. So there were several people down on the ground, 3 that I could see, 3 or 4, being stomped while they're already down. This was not necessary. This was beyond the scope of anything rational or reasonable. Okay, these people need to be honestly locked up. This is not okay. We cannot condone this. We cannot live like this. People should be able to go downtown and have a great time. Now, gosh, I don't want to turn it into something that, you know, the media on the left is going to turn it into, right? They're going to turn it into that. But we have got to do something about this. This is wild. And you got people out here recording it. They didn't even have the common decency. They wanted to record it rather than call the police. That is so crazy to me. What are you guys saying? Oh, Lord. What are you saying? Fed up patriot. You're saying this gets my dander up big time. Are there any updates on that woman? I was just thinking about that. I need to get an update on her, because she honestly looked like she was knocked out cold. Gosh, she looked like she was knocked out cold. There are a lot of ninjas, and you said it, and you said you black. You know, we just got to call things what they are. We got some unruly people out here, and they make it unsafe for everyone. And it's time for us who are saved and law-abiding citizens to really do what is right. We need to stand up for what's right. And we need to say, you know what? We're not having this in our communities. There are decent people of all ethnicities. We need to come together and say no more of this mess. This is bull sugar honey iced tea. So yes, I did say sugar honey iced tea. Okay. All right. All right. And let me see what you guys are saying. That's right. It doesn't matter the color. It's not acceptable, and there is no excuse. Ridiculous, Linda B. Everyone with a phone suddenly becomes a Hollywood movie camera person. I know. I know. And you know what also bothers me is you know, that whole thing with CNN and their reporting. They just have this leftist, liberal, woke mind virus, that thing that's going on, that they report things a certain way. And I find it absolutely horrible, horrifying. Now, unfortunately, I do have to change gears here. I do have to change gears. And I'm going to show you, you may have already seen this. This is about a woman. This happened, oh gosh, I can't remember where this actually happened. But the police stopped the woman. He stopped the woman because she was speeding. Okay. And this actually happened in 2021. Backstory, in 2019, this woman, Nicole Johnson, her sister, Nicole's sister, left her 2 children with Nicole because her sister was going through some things and needed help raising her children. Well, that was in 2019. In 2021, allegedly, Nicole unalived these 2 children. And she was stopped by police because she was going way over the speed limit. And also they found out that the car is not registered and she did not have a driver's license. Okay, so this was a routine stop that turned into a horror story. I'm going to share this and you guys may have seen it. You can let me know. But this is what I call absolutely horrific. And this is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life, honestly. And they're not going to show anything, but you can just imagine in your mind they're not going to show anything because they've got things covered up in here. But this is horrifying.
What begins as a routine traffic stop takes a horrifying turn when officers detect a strange, putrid smell coming from the vehicle. The search that follows uncovers a secret so disturbing it defies belief, leaving multiple officers visibly shaken, physically ill, and utterly enraged by one of the most vile discoveries ever made.
Listen, I need you to calm down. I need you to calm down. I'm trying. No, I need you to focus. Listen, calm down.
We need to verify. We don't know what this is.
What is this?
The following is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now.
This hasn't been seen before, most of it until now. Okay. And again, this woman's sister back in 2019 dropped her kids off for her to take care of because she couldn't do it. Maybe, I don't know what the situation was there in 2021. These children were unalived, allegedly, and they were carried around in this vehicle for a year, decomposed, and she was running. She was speeding, and the police had to make a routine stop, found out the car was not registered. She was going way over the speed limit and did not have a license. So that is that. And they just pushed this out a couple of days ago, even though it happened a few years ago.
In Essex, Maryland, just after 11 p.m. on July 28, 2021, an officer with the Baltimore County Police Department approaches a vehicle for a traffic stop.
How you doing? All right, you got your license and registration on you? What, you know why I pulled you over? You know what the speed limit is?
No.
Okay. Speed limit is 35.
Oh.
And you was doing well over it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I swear I only thought I was going 40.
The driver, 33-year-old Nicole Michelle Johnson, hands over a state ID. Sitting beside her in the front seat is a friend who she calls BB. The officer heads back to his cruiser to run a registration, but the information doesn't quite check out.
And playback vehicle requested not found or on file.
Simple. So you don't have a driver license?
No.
Okay. And also, this vehicle is not even registered. Those tags in there are fake tags. This car has to be towed. Yeah, you get everything out of it, but how long did you have this car?
Like almost 30 days.
As the officer returns to his cruiser to issue citations, Nicole and BB exit the vehicle. Nicole walks to the rear and opens the trunk, revealing several large bags tightly packed inside.
Ms. Johnson, you come over here. So you got pulled over for the same stuff already.
But that's why I went, and I really, really thought I got good tags.
You got to be careful with that
I know.
stuff off the internet and all that kind of stuff like that. That stuff don't even be legit.
Like you literally see, like we literally, well, not her, but me and my kids literally living in the car. Like,
Ms. Johnson, I just need you to sign this. This is basically telling you that you have to go to Kelso Drive Courthouse within 5 days to request a court date. If you don't request a court date within 5 days, they can issue a warrant for your arrest. This is not meant to guilt.
Be here in 5 days. I swear to God. Because they like I can't go through anymore. Like, just take me home, please. I can't.
I can't take you. It's in the city. I can't go down there. There you go. This is not admitting the guilt or just anything like that. Just basically saying, like,
So I want people to remember this when the left spews their nonsense. A lot of times these people are stopped for a good reason. Okay, I want us to remember that. Police officers just don't come out of nowhere, pop up. They have to be called, or someone is driving recklessly the way she clearly was, and the car is not registered. Everything is just fake. The license plates are fake. Her license, she doesn't have a license. Okay, and there's a foul smell coming from the vehicle. And again, they're not going to show anything. They got it blocked out. Okay.
Oh, I won't be here tomorrow. Tonight is my last night. What am I going to do? Like, I split it.
no, I still got to do my job and try to explain to you.
I know, but I'm just saying.
So
like,
once explain,
I'm not even talking about in Baltimore. Watch, tomorrow, y'all are going to see me on the news. Y'all are going to see me make my big debut. I split it up.
The officer has no idea her bizarre comment will soon become a shocking reality. With the tow truck on its way, Nicole sits on the sidewalk and calls a friend for a ride.
You want to grab a couple of your things?
Yes, please.
Go ahead. Go ahead and do what you gotta do. I'm gonna do an inventory search of your car once you finish taking out what you want to take out.
What's an inventory?
So an inventory search is when I go through your car, for instance, say like you had $15,000 in the trunk of this car right now, and you're taking it to it and it's gone.
Yo, I'm in the middle of nowhere, and they taking my car. I gotta take all my stuff out because I don't have anything. So if I lose this is all I got. Y'all keep asking me to move on. Y'all keep telling me one more day. Y'all keep saying everything's gonna get better. Y'all keep saying this, it can't get no worse. It can't get. Like, y'all keep saying find the light, find the light, find the light. Where's the light, yo? Like, where is the light? Like, where is the light, yo? Like, where? Like, where? You like inspirational conversations.
I'm going to fast forward it.
Can you cut it one more time?
So he's having her cut through these trash bags filled with layers and layers of bags and blankets.
And this is what smells like.
What is that?
Huh?
What is that?
Dirty thing?
No. Pull it out.
Dirty things from my husband.
Pull the whole bag out.
I am. My husband just said the dirty budget from my husband. I am. See?
Take it out.
Take the bag out.
Take that bag out of there.
I am.
Okay. Pull that bag out. There you go. Open that bag up.
Go to see clothes. Go to see clothes. See clothes. All see clothes.
Open it up, ma'am.
I did.
Unroll the whole thing.
What? Open that up. Open that up. What the? Get the in. Put your hands up. Don't you? Turn over right now. You're under arrest. Don't you move. Don't you move. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
What I do?
What the?
It's not mine.
What the? What the?
What I do? What I do?
Give me your other hand now. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Get up.
All right, so that's enough. This is I'm telling y'all, I've seen a lot of videos and things, but this is the worst one I've ever seen. This is the worst one I've ever seen in my life. How in the world do you do this to your niece and your nephew? And it looks like, supposedly, according to reports I've seen, that she starved the children. They were neglected under her, and they weren't being fed properly. And one was hit with blunt force trauma. I think that was the niece, and the nephew might have been starved. And this is horrific. And they gave her 50 years. The last I heard, they gave her 50 years, and she's already like 33 or 36. I think she's 36 now. This was some years ago. But this just came out a couple of days ago, even though it happened back in 21. So it happened 4 years ago. So this woman is now 36 years old, and she's looking at 50 years in prison. And I'm telling you right now, that's too light of a sentence for her. You might be like, well, she's going to be really old. She might die before it's over with. Should have got 2 consecutive life sentences, even though you can only, you know, that's just a point they make, but you can't really go beyond that. But still, to say something with the punishment that these children, their lives matter. I am just sick. People are crazy. What the hell was she thinking? And the officer was like, what the bleep, bleep, bleep? And you can't blame them because that is scary and crazy. What are you guys saying? That's 50 years longer than she should live. Wow. Wow. Hi, my love. And you know what? She just deserves the worst punishment. Both had bruises all over. Sad. I agree. 2 life sentences, because make it say something about what she did and that the children's lives matter. I mean, just say you got 2 dead children, basically. And, you know, I don't know what the heck she's going through. And I'm tired of these fake people saying they got mental issues. You knew enough to hide and put all those blankets in there and all that. I mean, that's sick. Now let's talk about what we need to do. I need y'all to comment. I need you guys to chat, because we need to figure out what we need to do to get things better in this country. We need better laws. We need no slaps on the wrist. I even saw where some man a few days ago, his name is Brent Trimble, that he got a $1 bond, $1 bail after he had abused a child. He raped a child. Okay. And he got a $1 bail from some woke liberal judge. These woke judges need to go somewhere. I'm sick and tired of it. You mean to tell me you get a $1 bond? That is wild. That is simply absolutely crazy. And what are you guys saying? 3 life sentences without the possibility of parole. Absolutely. Right. Right. People don't believe in God or the devil, and this is the end results. Some people don't deserve to see the light of day. Hey, Valerie McMullen. Hello. Yes. Bernie says, I agree, Linda B. Mental issues becoming stale and unfortunately gets a lot of mileage. Yeah, because I'm like, come on now, how long are we going to be using that as an excuse so people can just not get as harsh of a punishment? These people are dangerous to be out and amongst the regular population. At the end of the day, they are dangerous. And it says, I'm tired of these woke judges. I'm so sick of them. Something needs to be, what do you think needs to be done with these judges? They should be, what can President Trump do with these judges? What can he do in these blue areas that won't comply with ICE? They have these district judges that don't want to comply. People try to go up against what the president wants to do. It's crazy. All right, Christella Hart, hello. She says, hey, Linda, finally caught your live, new to the show. We're talking about crazy stuff, Christella. We're talking about what can be done about the violence and the just horrible, diabolical behavior. We've got what happened in Cincinnati, where a mob beat up 3 people, stomped them in the ground. One woman looked like she wasn't even alive. Then we talked a little bit about what happened in New York City yesterday, and this woman right here carrying around her niece and her nephew, who she unalived, carried around in her car for a year. Wild. Crazy stuff. What do we need to do to get things back in order? I say strict punishments. Let the punishment fit the crime, though. I'm not saying that if you have a nonviolent drug offense that you should get 50 years without parole, but clearly someone who's going around taking someone's life should definitely get harsh sentencing, and they should hurry up and have a high bail that they have to stay in jail. And they should not even be allowed to do a GoFundMe or a Give, Send, Go. That should not even be allowed in a lot of cases. That's my opinion. We need to be tough on it, and police just need to do what they got to do, because these people have literally lost their minds. Police are out here looking like they're afraid to do their jobs because they don't want to get in trouble for I don't know what you call it when they overexert authority and beat someone up or whatever, but they only show part of the video when someone's recording. So that's why you need those police body cams to show the full story. Now, we've got some horrible police officers. Don't get me wrong. Okay, don't get me wrong. But in this case, they did right. This woman had bodies in her possession, and they had to do what they had to do. And they weren't even too rough with her. They had to chase her down, but they weren't too rough with her. That is crazy. We need to unify and say no more of this mess. We're not having it. We need to do something as law-abiding Christian people. We are surely in the last days, says Fed Up Patriot. All of this written clearly in the book of Revelation. Yes, lawlessness abides in the land. People, I saw a video of a young woman, spitting in the face of an officer, calling him a fascist. That's what they do. Yes, let me see what you guys are saying. All right. It says, Isaiah 5:20, KJV, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Yes, we have got to do something about this. And I honestly say, I think we got the right person in office. He's got his hands full because the deep state is going to fight him every step of the way. They're fighting so hard. The girl was, it said the girl was covered in scars. The boy was less. Okay, covered in scars. I believe we are in the last days. We absolutely are. I want to live by the law of the land. Absolutely. We have to live by the law of the land, but we also need to show that we're fed up patriots. I like that handle. Fed up patriots. I'm a fed up patriot. Okay. I am tired. I am a tired sister. Okay. It says it seems to have been that way at least the last 2 decades. People are just disrespectful of authority. Very disrespectful. And that woman didn't get enough time. I mean, she really didn't get enough time. Not at all. But I'm hoping that we're going to pray for the families of all those that were unalived in the tragedy in New York City and Midtown Manhattan yesterday. We're going to pray for them. We're going to pray for the families of those that got beat up in this mob beating over the weekend. We're definitely going to do that. And guys, remember, I am here most Mondays through Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, let's see what SK Abstract Art is saying. Deuteronomy 31:8. It is the Lord who goes before you. He will be with you. He will not fail you or forsake you. Do not fear or be dismayed. This verse is a powerful reminder that God is with us. Amen. Amen. Absolutely. That is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. But I wanted to share that with you all because I didn't know if you had seen that clip of the woman. It's long. I can leave the full one in the description. I don't know if you care to watch it, but I'm going to just leave it in there just in case because it is a crazy set of events. Okay, that you could do this, literally do this. And I'm going to give you a close-up picture of her. Let me find that so you guys can see. Give you a close-up because this is unacceptable. I could have gotten very sick from watching that, honestly. Honestly, very, very sick. So crazy. Let's see. Well, here we go. All right, so here we have, here's the woman right here. Here she is. Her name is Nicole Johnson, and that's who she had in her vehicle. Not alive anymore. Her niece and her nephew. Okay, look at them. And her sister left her children in her care. All right. And it says a disturbing story of, this is in Baltimore. Okay. A prostitute beat her niece and nephew. Okay. She was a prostitute. It says here, not sure if that's true. Beat her niece and nephew to death and then drove around with their decomposing bodies in her trunk for over a year. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. That's crazy. That is sick and disgusting. What in the entire world? Those precious children, they are surely, this is beyond tragic. That's not a word to describe this right here. You don't normally see stuff like this. You see people getting rough with the police, but to have these children in your vehicle that are dead, I think that's crazy. Those babies are so precious and they're in heaven right now. They were very undernourished. They were beaten. They were starved. We need mercy. We definitely need mercy. Thank you guys so much for watching me today. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, select all notifications. Stick around to the very end. I'm not sure I'm going to do a live tomorrow. I may or I may not. Okay, because I have something that I need to get done, a project that I'm working on, but I will be back. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Love God, your family, these United States of America, and as they always say, march on, warriors. Good night, everyone.